Converted man here. When I was a Christian, I was promised a lot of things. I was promised that there would be an afterlife, that there are angels, that there are demons, that there's a heaven, that there is a hell, that God has a plan and a purpose for my life, that accepting Jesus as my Lord and Savior would cleanse me of my sins and make me a better person. Theism, broadly speaking, can make any claim it wants. Now, I focus on Christianity more because I know that. I don't really know the other religions that well. I don't have any experience with them. I don't really understand them. And they're rather foreign to me. When I stopped believing in God, I stopped believing in all the things connected to it. Afterlife, souls, spirits, angels, demons, devils, heaven, hell. What does atheism have to offer? It's kind of an odd question. Because theism pretends to offer things. It says, here's the problem. Here's why everything went wrong. In Christianity, it's a long time ago, people disobeyed God. And so you got to get the right relationship with God, and then things, they won't fall into place, but, you'll be a better person, and in the end, you'll be saved. Atheism doesn't make any claim. It doesn't say that you're going to get anything. It doesn't promise you anything at all because it's not a worldview. It doesn't encompass all these things. Apologists like to pretend that it does sometimes when it suits them to do so. Atheists don't pretend to have answers that we don't have. Is there a God? What does that even mean? Who decides? All the human concepts of God just don't really work. They don't sound like the thing that they're trying to say that it is. You describe a perfect being, but then you wind up describing a flawed human construct. You don't describe a perfect being in the end if you try to describe God from any, I would dare say, holy book. So if there's a God, it's nothing like any of the religions, as far as I can tell. But we don't know that. We don't know. We know that there's not any evidence like there is for other stuff. All the other things in reality that we can be sure about have some way to verify them empirically. You can see them, or you can test them. Maybe they're microscopic and you need a microscope, or they're far away, you need a telescope, or you need to combine the two. And I don't know what that would do, but there's some way to visualize it. And yet, God is invisible, undetectable, untestable, unverifiable. So we don't claim that there's a God. What about, okay, fine, all right. What about an afterlife? A lot of people worry or think about that, I think, more than the God thing. Now, I love to ask the question, if you have to choose, there's no God, but there's an afterlife, or there's a God, but no afterlife, what do you choose? Now, if the theist doesn't want to answer that question, I think that you've revealed something that they don't really want to think about stuff like that. The point of the thought experiment is to reveal to them what they care about most. Do they care about the afterlife, or do they care about God more? Could there be an afterlife without God? Who knows? Why not? What would that be like? Who knows? There's no way to know. But if there is one, we don't have any evidence of it. So we can't promise that either. Um, I'll get to chat in a moment here. What atheism has to offer is simply not made up. It doesn't offer you false hope or promises. It doesn't say that there is a God. It doesn't say that there is an afterlife. It doesn't say anything necessarily. It just says, here's reality. We know some stuff about it. We're trying to figure it out. And that's it. And there's mystery. And that's a wonderful thing. We don't need to add more to it to make it more interesting. It's already interesting. The fact that everything is made up of molecules and atoms, and so, that's amazing. You don't need to add magic on top of that, or miracles, or somebody that comes back from the dead, or whatever. You don't need that. It could be that that's the case. We don't have any evidence that it is. We don't have evidence of these things of God and spirits and souls. They could be true for all we know, but see, atheism doesn't say that they are. It offers you honesty. You say, well, that's not very good. It's not hope. You're not telling me that there's a purpose to my life, or you're not giving me a direction. You're not telling me, what rules I should follow. And that's right. Because it's up to you to figure all that out. Now, hopefully you'll pick the right things, but who knows? I've seen theists pick bad stuff. I've seen, rude theists. I've seen atheists that have picked the wrong stuff, and rude atheists. And it doesn't that doesn't tell you who's right or wrong. It just tells you that people make different decisions, and people have different personalities. What is it to be human? What is consciousness? And all these sort of questions that we're trying to figure out. And the philosopher says, yes, well, maybe it's this, and maybe it's that, and maybe it's, and you're like, yeah, that's nice. What about science? Because, I'd rather stick with science, because at least then I know that some of that stuff, at any rate, has been tested to some degree, hopefully. Although we could always make the system better. If somebody offers you something and says, here, this is what you're going to get. Join my club, and you'll get all this awesome stuff. But if you don't, you're going to be in trouble. Nah, I don't think so. What God would offer a bribe and then threaten a punishment as the way to decide whether you believe in it or not? And then how could you believe in it if you don't have any evidence of it? It's incoherent. Atheism offers you honesty. It says, we don't know. We know some stuff about reality, but we don't know all the things. And we're not going to claim to know. We're not going to pretend to know. We're not going to assert. We're going to study it with this wonderful tool that humanity has been working on called science. Is that enough? I think it might be. Maybe some logic in there as well, but maybe that's a subset of science. What's your purpose? What do you want it to be? It can change from moment to moment. Every second can be a different purpose if you wanted it to be. Right now, my purpose is to do this video. A little bit later on, it's going to be to do something else. I don't know. Maybe it's to put this thing on my head. And it fell off. Oh, well, okay. Well, that screwed up that purpose, but that's okay. A new purpose has come along. It's to try again, damn it, because I wanted to make the joke. It doesn't work. Why, universe? Prayer. Yeah. Just meditate. Meditation is actually something that can make you feel a little bit better and calm you down. It's been scientifically demonstrated to do that. But saying things and wishing and hoping that things will get better, now that might be good in a short-term sense of saying something encouraging, like things will get better. We're going to, to encourage somebody, or whatever, we're going to keep fighting and we're going to, but I'm going to pray for you. I'm just going to say words or think them really strong and hope that that thing happens. No, it's you and me. It's humans that will help other humans and other animals, and maybe the animals might help us. And that's it, as far as I can tell. We're all we've got. And this life seems like it's all we've got. You can't go back in time. You can't change what you did do. You can only, from this moment moving forward, try to be the best human that you can be. And that's what it is. Everybody's trying to figure it out in their own way. And religion says, here's the answer. Questions, come inside. We have the answers. No, I don't think you do. The honest answer, we don't know. That can be scary. But maybe we'll figure it out. Maybe you'll figure it out. Maybe the answer is lobsters. No, that would be silly. So I think that the only thing I can say that atheism has to offer is honesty in that sense. It's not like you're going to find that in a dictionary or anything. And don't get me wrong, it's not a worldview or whatever. It's not like you're going to have all the, we're on. No, they're just saying, I don't believe in that. I don't know if that's true. I don't, So, hopefully, that gets you to thinking. And if not, then I don't know. So we got a lot of everything in chat here. So go ahead and stop the video now if you don't want to hear me talk to chat. And thanks for watching. Sub, like, comment, whatever. Now I'm going to respond to chat. So somebody named Evolution False. Oh man. Oh jeez. Would you like to discuss this? Invite me on, or you can come to my live StreamYard. This that I'm talking about now, I did this live just because it was on my mind. I wanted to do it. I'm always up to talk about things, but say, man, everything you say made up because you're whatever. Evolution's false talking at it. He's pretending to know things that he can't know. You don't have any internal primary for the temporal facts you invoke. What the hell are you talking about? Can you correct this evolution false guy? I can try, but do I think evolution is true? I know that evolution is true, thanks to the insane amounts of evidence that there is for it. It's a fact. There's the only reason to deny it is due to doctrine. It is an ideology that some theists have subscribed to. They think that if they agree with evolution, that this will wash away the Christian God, because you can't have Adam and Eve if evolution is true. Which Adam and Eve didn't exist, so I mean, it already is built on myth anyways. But regardless, you could see it as a metaphor or whatever. I know Biologos has done a lot of things to try to square the the creation story and evolution together. It just seems like you're trying to fix the fan fiction. Look. Genesis, at least the early parts of it, have a history to when they were written, and they may or may not have had influence from different other stories of creation myths. But that's all it is. It's a creation myth. There's no reason to think it's true. But what we know from science and study is that things change over time, and that given enough time, things will change to speciate and to try to adapt to the environment that it finds itself in. So evolution is absolutely true. You don't have to believe in it. You can know that it's true because there's ample evidence of it. Science the heck out of it. Okay. Evolution false. Once again, going up on, I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Temporal facts. The hell are you on? I don't think you understand the word temporal, but okay. Any entity that begins to exist. What does begin to exist mean? That might be an interesting conversation. Maybe we will have a talk. I can't invite you on here because this is not. This is a live thing. I can set up a SteamYard and invite you there, or go wherever yours is or whatever. But I can't do it that way. Jeff Robertson, listen to this guy. No, he's wrong. Evolution is not false. So, although I'll listen to him, I will tell him that he is wrong. You want to hear me debate him? I don't debate scientific facts. I'm not interested in that, and I'm not qualified. Logic is my suit. I can tell him the fallacies, but I can't, and I won't debate something that is true like evolution. I think that it's silly that some Christians have decided that it has to be false for their doctrinology. They're worshiping a doctrine. They're not worshiping a God. If the God of the Bible is actually true in any sense of the word, they are not worshiping it. They're worshiping a false God because they have built up this idea of a fake God that doesn't allow for evolution. And so you're basically saying 1 + 1 is 1,000, and if you don't believe in that, then God's not real. Well, God can't be real if you have to believe in this other thing. So by denying evolution and tying God into that, you've made that God impossible to exist. Good job. Let's see. Man, this is the best scientific proof you can. There's tons of scientific proof of evolution. I don't know that there's a best. I don't know how you would quantify that category. I think DNA pretty much says everything that there needs to be said now about that. So, all right. So I got to the end of chat there, and I guess I got a few people that I've never seen before on my channel to check this out. Perhaps because I named it what I named it. So it's an interesting kind of tangent conversation, and I certainly will let's see how can I do that? Okay, so evolution false or whoever. If you want to go ahead and email me, all my information is on my About page on my YouTube channel, and if you email me, we'll set a thing up, and we'll go from there. So, got to the end of the chat. I will type in fin, and that's it. Lobsters. If I do a thing on some other channel, I'll tweet out where that is and where you can find it, and I'll make a video saying where you can find it so you can go find it. But if I don't do it, then I won't do that. Everybody got that? Okay. All right. It's time to hit the button now. So I'll see you there, maybe, unless I don't. What happens when we die? You're dead. I don't. As far as the you, who knows? If we're just a byproduct, if the me that I think is me is a byproduct of my brain, then when that's done, that's it. I've, kind of sucks, but so I mean, okay, all right, now time to save it. Okay, good night, good day, or whatever. Remember, lobsters. Wait, no, I meant logic, and lobsters. I have to say, I don't know what the deal is with lobsters. I'm gonna hit the button now. This is usually the part in my recorded videos when I fade out, but you can't do that in a live stream.